Hi, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the High Level Release Radar in 2025. Here we are, Ryan. It's a brand new year full of fresh releases.
It is, and a lot of very exciting ones to come for sure.
Absolutely. Back in the saddle. Still got the holiday beard going on, though. I feel like I'm going to have to shave it because we just look like twins if I don't
Yeah, we
keep
won't be
it
able to tell each other
differentiated
apart.
here. But hope everybody had a great holiday season. Let me send us live real quick in the group so that we're streaming in all the places. But as always, if you can see us and you can hear us, please say hello in the comments. We're going to share to the group, High Level Official Community, our title. Oops. That's not working. And so I'll type it out like always. High level.
Sometimes you just got to do it live here and just
it's like
manual actions. Sometimes it works.
All right, there we go. Looks like we should be streaming live in the community. Let me open up the chat so that we can see those comments as they come in. And with no further ado, shall we hop into the first release?
Let's do it.
All right, release number 1 from the first week of the new year. Opportunities got an update. We now have direct links, or basically deep links, for opportunities. You want to break down what that means for us, Ryan?
Yeah. So the idea here is that when you're looking at an opportunity and let's say you want to share it with a teammate or something, you can grab that link, which is kind of what I'm showing there, copy it, send it to the person. When they paste it in, it will open up not only high level and opportunities, but that exact opportunity right there for you.
Pretty nice. Like you said, you want to share, hey, look at this opportunity. What's going on here? Now you can send somebody a link that will take them straight into that opportunity. They don't have to click in and then go find the opportunity and whatnot. It's called deep linking. It's very cool. I think this is something you'll start seeing more and more of, being able to deep link to specific things within the app. So very nice update. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
Next up, ChatWidget got an update. You can now preview tablet and mobile views when you're creating your widgets.
Yeah, so this is kind of what it looks like. The initial release, we had just the desktop sort of preview of the bottom right-hand corner. And now we're showing you what it would look like within a tablet or a phone. Lots of UI enhancements are going to be coming down the road for this shortly. But yeah, this is sort of the next evolution of creating your chat widgets.
Love it. Next up, calendar's got an update. We have updates to the email notification updates.
Yeah. So when you go into configure a calendar, there's this notification section. Before, it used to be pretty plain. It would just say, hey, do you want a notification to be automatically sent to the person that's booking the appointment, as well as maybe the user that's assigned to them? Now we've got a lot more flexibility in terms of the subject line that we want to use, the content of the email, the from address. So a lot more configuration is available there, and it looks really, really good.
Yeah, this is, again, another trend. You're just going to see more and more granular control over notifications that go out for different things so that you can make sure they look and feel and say what you want them to say. So great update there from the team. Calendar's got another update. We now have appointment smart lists.
Yeah, so this is a really cool one, right? So a lot of times when, especially if you're running like a sales team or you're dealing with a lot of leads that are coming in, they don't always show up for their appointments, right? Or they might cancel or they might reschedule. And you maybe want to treat those people a little bit differently or get a report on it. This allows you to create a smart list, which is, I always use the analogy of like a preset on your radio, if you're old enough to remember what that was like. So that you just have some predefined filters that you save that. And that way, if you just want to see, hey, show me all the cancellations this week, maybe I want to have somebody go through them and reach out, manually. You can do that, or, just get a sense of who's on that list for cancellations during a given time period with those filters applied.
Radio presets. I love that metaphor, Ryan. That's the first time I've heard you use that, but I like it. Smart lists are great. I think, anywhere where we can add them, we will. It just makes sense to be able to save a pre-configured filtered list of something so that you can quickly reference it, just like the presets on the old radio there. Love it. Next up, Community's got a big update. We now have PayPal and custom payment provider integration.
Yeah. So when you're in communities, and let's say you offer a course within communities, hopefully you guys know that you can do that. If you can have your discussion area, but then there's also a learning tab. So you can provide a catalog of different courses that you might offer to that community, and they can purchase it right then and there. This brings in the functionality to have PayPal be the processor for that, or one of the custom payment providers like Razorpay would be another example of a custom payment provider that was built through our marketplace apps.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Yeah. More flexibility with payments is always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
This one's very cool. So we have the payment item in forms, and that has now been brought into surveys as well. So you can essentially build multi-step forms that also collect payments on the slide of your choice.
Yeah. So I was kind of thinking about the use cases here, because generally people think about surveys as like collecting feedback or like a sign-in form type of a thing. But you could think about things like event registration, where you might need to collect a few or many different pieces of information. Putting it into a survey allows you to kind of chunk out that process and just kind of lead the user through step by step, instead of just throwing them a huge form. And now, of course, having the ability to have the payment in there makes it even easier for getting that ticket purchased, or whatever it happens to be, that purchasing action that you want to have happen at the end of the survey or the form.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think it's basically like if you've got a really long form and you need to collect payment, you probably want to consider chunking it out into a survey, and now you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. The QR code builder got some awesome upgrades this week. We now have these different types of QR functionality that you can add. A lot of nice options in here, Ryan.
Yeah. So you got calls, SMS, and email integration, and some pre-configurations for like fields that you'd want to be included in there. So it essentially takes what used to be something you'd have to kind of code out and puts it right into the UI. So you just tell them, hey, what is the action that you want to have this QR code take? And then you fill in the details, design it however you want, download it, use it, and you're off to the races.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see people start playing with this one. I think a lot of people might not know that you can do this kind of stuff. So, for example, the SMS one, when somebody scans that QR code, it will actually open up the Messenger app in their phone with whatever number you want preset and whatever text you want in the body preset. So once you get there, you can do all sorts of cool stuff by like putting a keyword into that pre-written message and then having a workflow ready to trigger off of a message coming in that has that keyword, right? Or number or whatever it is. And so you can start to brainstorm really cool marketing use cases here that are now really easy to set up with this new UI.
Yeah, and you can think about, just thinking about some mainstream apps that use this kind of functionality. Like if you've ever done Amazon Associates, they have like a share link that's specific to you as an affiliate. And so when you share that, it automatically populates the SMS text message with like, hey, check out this really cool product from Amazon. And then it has the link right to it. So that's sort of the idea of this, is giving that pre-configuration to the message that you want to have come in. And then like Jay said, you can automate things based on that message because you know what it's going to be.
Yeah, very cool. I actually didn't know you could do that with email as well, but apparently you can, and now it's right there in the builder. So a lot of really cool opportunities open up with that one. Can't wait to see what people do as they start playing around with that. The email builder got an update. We can now add tags automatically based on conditions. And so this is sort of like another one of these easy button features. Ryan, you want to walk us through what's going on here?
Yeah. So just kind of like the notifications within calendars, you could have done that within workflows. If you know how workflows work, you build out a whole notification series. This is the same idea, wherein certain actions that are just really common for emails, like the user replied or they unsubscribed or whatever it happens to be in our list there. You can create those conditions and say, hey, if they do this, I want a specific tag applied to that contact. And it prevents you from having to create a whole workflow for it. You can just do it right here within the email campaign as you're building it. Makes it really, really simple for taking that type of action where you might want to categorize them based on certain things.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's a great way to put it. Instead of having to go build workflows, you can do it right here in the builder. You'll see some updates come to this, like being able to create the tag right from there, not have to create it beforehand, and maybe even some defaults that are set, like when you toggle that on right out of the gate. But just a really nice feature, again, sort of cutting corners within the app, creating shortcuts to things, to goals, so that you don't have to bounce around between different areas of the app to make it happen. So really cool update there. Love to see that one. And here's another fun one. So certifications, we now have the paid ads badge. You want to explain a little bit about the program, Ryan, and what these skill badges are?
So the certifications program allows you to get certified with HighLevel to prove that, hey, like I know exactly what I'm doing, and you get added to a directory so people can find you if they need help on specific things. And the badges within certifications show that you have expert knowledge in specific areas. So we have tailored courses that just go over paid ads. So this is our most recent one. Really exciting. If you're interested in exploring what that might look like, go ahead and go to gohighlevel.com/certifications or scan this QR code, which was generated within HighLevel. And that's a little bit about the certifications paid ad badge.
Love it. Yeah, great opportunity. If you're a HighLevel expert and you'd like to have more clients that you help with HighLevel, you can go get certified and be added to the directory where people can find you, reach out, request help. And yeah, there are all these cool little skills badges that you can earn after you get your main cert. And the newest one is around the paid ad playbook. Next up, we now have support for manual allocation of complimentary credits.
Yeah, so this is for the agencies out there. There are times when you might want to adjust the billing or what they have access to in terms of credits that they can use to purchase things within the app. So now we have the ability to just go ahead and manually go into a SaaS account and add that balance to their wallet if you need to give them some sort of complimentary credit there.
Yeah, so this one was a little confusing for me, and I think we're going to work on the labeling and the explainer text here a little bit. But what I confirmed was in the past, the complimentary credits, you can like set it, and that's what it is, right? Like I can give you $5 every month, and it can either expire or not expire. But if I needed to go true up your credits or give you more, I couldn't do that. And now with this, I can. So I have more granular control over like, hey, I need to gift Ryan another $5 for whatever reason. I can now go in there and do that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Cool. Next up, Conversation AI got a big update. We now have the WhatsApp channel supported in the workflow action.
Yeah, so this actually covers the appointment booking Conversation AI workflow action as well as the general one. And this is great because it, as you can see, we're pulling more and more channels into the capability of Conversation AI so that it can act in different ways for different channels and make sure you can communicate, anywhere that your HighLevel account is connected.
Yeah, this is a really big one. Again, I'm just going to keep sort of reiterating what Mr. Zuckerberg recently said, because I agree with it. In the near future, every business, every small business, every local business, just like they have a website and email address, is going to understand that they need an AI agent. And now with support in the WhatsApp channel, we can just provide that insane value for businesses that rely on WhatsApp to go ahead and leverage Conversation AI right there. So big update. Really excited to see, the whole AI suite continue to get more and more advanced.
And by the way, this is that whole move to agent stuff. This is things that like really large corporations have been implementing over the past year or so. You can think about it like a customer service standpoint, obviously lead generation and lead handling. But this you cannot be overstated how powerful this can be and how you can really optimize everybody coming in and the communication that you're having with them.
Totally. I think we're still at the very beginning of this, the
Yes.
forefront of this. The opportunity is a blue ocean out there to go just start racking up businesses and getting them set up on this before it sort of becomes mainstream, which I think we all agree that it will.
Yeah.
Some other enhancements that rolled out this week: email campaigns. We can now we prevent editing of deleted campaigns and templates. I guess you could do that before. Now you can't. Makes sense. And we now have confirmation for unsaved campaign changes, which I think is a nice little one there that used to be a point of frustration.
Yeah, a lot of these updates, they kind of qualify as bug fixes, but I wanted to highlight a lot of the things that the team is doing to sort of round some corners and resolve some rough edges within the platform. So that's a little bit about these updates here.
Love it. So with forms, we have improved display of multi-column fields on iPad and mobile. The team also fixed an issue with the coupon button. In quizzes, the team corrected the score calculations and ensured deleted categories no longer appear in the sidebar. And on the CRM side, we have fixed sticky contact updates that were affecting some forms, surveys, and quizzes when it was disabled. So some nice cleanup items there. And now we get to hop into the part of the show.
Almost. We've got one more.
Ooh.
I thought this was really impressive. And this just a shout out to all the work that's getting done that maybe is not so glamorous. But this is a highlight of the readout from the efficiency gains that the backend team has had on the calendar settings and calendar events. You can see numbers like this one. They reduced these API calls, which greatly increases speed and efficiency within the app by 93%.
Wow.
So shout out to the backend team for really crushing it. Sometimes it's an unsung amount of work, but they're doing great. We're really proud of it, of all the accomplishments they've had here.
I love it. Yep. This is the type of stuff. I'm glad you called it out because it largely goes untalked about, but it's one of those things where the next time you go to a certain area of the app, it'll just feel really snappy. And you're like, oh, wow. So the teams all the teams are focused on this kind of stuff. And yeah, those are some darn impressive results right there. So great work to the back end of the calendar team. Now we get to the point of the show where we get to tease a couple of our highly anticipated upcoming releases. How about a drum roll? No problem. Coming up. Let's see what Ryan has for us this week. We've got a new services menu.
Yeah. So this was the focus for this week that I wanted to highlight is the services menu. This is going to be rolling out, I believe, in Q1, which we are now in. So it's coming any time now. Really, this update was all about fixing the way that service menus have worked in the past to make them a lot easier to understand with sort of their own area. So you can see here, this is where it's going to live in the calendar settings. It'll have its own little tab there. And then as you go through the next slide, you'll see all the configurations, all the different things that you need to fill out to in terms of the settings for that particular service and so forth. They added a bunch of different stuff there. It's going to support coupon codes, add-ons, service variations, processing or waiting time. So this is something that got brought up, particularly within the beauty industry, although I know it applies to others as well, where maybe you have an appointment that they're coloring the hair, but then you got to wait, but you can go to another appointment at the same time. So it's going to have support for those types of things. So that is great. That's what we got for this week.
The world of calendaring is so complex. And I think, kudos to that team because the challenge is great, right? There are all these industries that use online scheduling and they all use them in really specific ways. So to build flexibility for all of that, which is our main goal, can be a challenge. And I think the UI experience is a big piece of that. So this is really cool. I'm going to go back to that first. Well, these two slides right here, really, I think it brings a lot of clarity visually as far as wrapping your head around what you can do with service calendars and all that type of stuff. So I agree. This is an awesome pick, Ryan. Can't wait to see this roll out. You said it's Q1. So here we are in Q1, so we should see this one in the
By
near
the end
future.
of
And
yeah.
we've had a lot of product roadmap calls over the past week, and just so much exciting stuff that's rolling down the pipe. We should probably plug the town halls. So if you guys don't know, Ryan runs pretty much daily town halls with our different product teams, where you can hop in and learn more about that specific feature set, what they have planned, what they're working on now, what they want feedback on. What's the URL if somebody wants to go
It's
learn more about that?
GoHighLevel.com/town hall. And it's also on our event calendar too. So GoHighLevel.com/events. You can see when they are. And yeah, looking forward to seeing some new faces there.
GoHighLevel.com/town hall. I'm going to add that as a banner so that we can start flashing that up on the screen. Did I get that right, Ryan? Town hall singular.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah, so definitely go check that out if you want to be more embedded with our product teams and have influence over the future of HighLevel. It's a great place to sort of get to know the team, provide daily feedback, see what's coming down the pipe. So yeah, check it out if you haven't already. And hope everybody had a great new year, and we'll see you all next week.